Hello, my loves. All right, now I wanted to show you one way that you can make a dinosaur. And as you can see, I've already made a couple of them. And I also made a big mess here in my art studio. I wasn't being very careful. And I laid this down on my seat. And you can imagine what I did after that. I sat on it. Oh my goodness. So, but that's okay, because you know what? I knew that I was painting and I prepared for that. So I wear a painter's smock when I'm painting. It's kind of like a dress with buttons, and I put it over my clothes to protect them. And then I tend to use it as as a towel. So I just wipe my hands on my painter's smock. So I don't mind that I sat down in it. And what I made, actually, let me show you what my daughter made first. I asked my daughter to make some dinosaur skin for me, and she made this, and I think it's amazing. So she used a piece of scrap paper, and she made some dinosaur skin, and she used, can you see that there's like some gold in there? It's really beautiful. I like that. And I'm going to have her draw a dinosaur. She's really a great artist with drawing, so she's going to draw and cut out a dinosaur for me. What I made, try that side up. There we go. So I made a dinosaur. I printed it out on the internet, just a simple dinosaur pattern. And I made some dinosaur skin, and it doesn't look like much right now. But when I cut out that dinosaur, you're going to see my dinosaur skin. Now this dinosaur I'm calling the Lalasaurus. And I searched on the internet. Most of the dinosaurs are named after, Latin words or Greek words. And Lala is Latin for like talking a lot. And I mean, no one talks more than me. So I thought Lalasaurus would be perfect. And my Lalasaurus is a sauropod. And sauropods tend to have these wide, thick legs like an elephant. And they tend to have elongated necks. And their heads tend to be small. They're not really that intelligent, and they're herbivores. So in order to catch live prey, to be a predator, you tend to have to be a little bit smarter. So if you think more like, these are like cows, and they're just happy eating grass all day long, where a predator would be more like a wolf that would travel in packs, and they communicate together, and they actually, create plans of attack to go after their prey. So I picked a sauropod to name my Lalasaurus, and I'm going to show you how I make this dinosaur skin. And I made another one. Here, I made this one. Now this one's different. Here, I pressed the paint in a couple of different ways to get more of a mottled look. And here, I just pressed one time, and I have kind of like a polka dot thing. What I'm probably going to do is when this is totally dry, actually it's pretty dry, I'll probably take a colored pencil and just kind of color between. Maybe I should have printed this on a piece of colored paper, and then I wouldn't have to do that. That might be an idea for you. Or if you pre-color the paper, and then you could do this process on top. That would be really neat as well. What I'm going to show you is how I made that dinosaur skin. I'm just using an old piece of bubble wrap. Someone was throwing this away at school, and I said, I'll take that, thank you very much. And there's a lot that you can do with this. So I've already made a couple, and I'm going, let me see. Yep, I'm gonna keep using this one. This one's fine. There's a little bit of paint on there, but that is okay, because I have a paper towel. I'm gonna wipe off that excess paint. I'm not going to throw this out. Absolutely not. And you know what's really cool about this? Because I am using acrylic paint, and I would suggest maybe you use washable paint. That way you can always wash it. But even after this dries, I can just pick all the pieces off, and I can reuse this over and over and over again. So it's not going to go to waste. And if I want to keep using it, I just have a wet paper towel. And see, I use the same paper towel over and over again, just to get it clean so I can use it again. Or I could do what I did on this one and just sit on it No, don't sit on your paint. Okay, so here is what I'm going to pick for my dinosaur. I'm going to pick two of the most perfect dinosaur colors. Now, real dinosaurs were not yellow and purple. Probably. Like, we don't know. There very well could be a yellow dinosaur with purple polka dots. I mean, I doubt it, because looking at the way lizards and alligators and things like that look now, they're more of like green and brown and things like that. But since I'm inventing Lalosaurus, I might as well invent what colors she is. And here's why I'm picking purple and yellow. The purple represents grape Kool-Aid, and the yellow represents lemonade. When you put them together, they make the most fantastic flavor of Kool-Aid that man has ever invented. And it's called Purplesaurus Rex, which is perfect for a dinosaur. When I was in high school, like 1992, somewhere around that time, Kool-Aid came out with this brand new flavor called Purplesaurus Rex. And it was so amazing. It was my absolute favorite. And they only had it for a limited time. When they stopped making it, oh my gosh, it was terrible for me, because I love this stuff. I actually went on eBay and bought a case, and I think it was like a case of 200. It was a huge case of those little packets of Kool-Aid. And that did last me for a while, but then once it was out, it was gone. So I had to figure out how to make my own Purplesaurus Rex. And what I found works really well and is so close is I just do equal parts grape Kool-Aid and then lemonade. And then I put them together. And to make it actually even more delicious, I've been using grape Kool-Aid, and then I put fresh lemon juice in there. Oh my goodness, that is so good. I really suggest you try it. And what I really like is I like to put a little bit of the Kool-Aid and then, quite a lot of that lemon, because I like it to be a little bit tart, a little bit sour, but you can always adjust it to however you like. So maybe you can try making your own Purplesaurus Rex and do grape and lemonade, or try grape Kool-Aid with some fresh lemon juice. It's really good. And if you don't like things to be too sour, just put a little bit more grape in there. So I'm going to show you how I use garbage that someone was going to throw away, and I'm going to use it to make dinosaur skin. Shaking this up. Now this paint is quite a lot, it's quite a bit different than what paint you're used to. I put additives in my paint. There's something in here called Floetrol, and imagine if you were to add water to paint, how runny it gets. It's kind of like that, but instead of adding water, which makes the paint, the colors not so bright, the Floetrol does not affect the color at all. So, and I do a lot of paint with like abstract art where I'm kind of just squirting paint everywhere, and I like my paint to be very runny. And this is a messy business. I mean, look at this. You can see all my fingerprints. See this pink one? You can tell I used the white there. It's a mess. My studio, it can be messy, and that's why I do a lot of this outside. But I'm going to do this inside for you. I'm going to start with some yellow, and I have a foam brush, and you can see that there's still paint on it from last time, but that's okay because they're going to get mixed up a little bit anyway. And I'm going to start with, find a clean spot here, yellow. And it does not take a lot of paint, just a little bit. I'm going to dab some yellow. Okay, so I'm going to put some dabs of yellow here. And I'm going to go a bit beyond that dinosaur because I don't want to have to worry about lining the dinosaur up perfectly with the paint. So I'm going to do a little extra outside the lines there. Now I'm putting the yellow on first. I'm going to tell you why. When I put the paper on this, what's on the top is going to be touching the paper, and what's underneath, what you see right here, that's what's going to show up on the top. But do you see how there's like those little empty spaces? Those empty spaces are going to get filled with that purple. So I want to put some of the yellow there. Now, when I did this one, what I did is I took this yellow and I just squirted it a little bit into a plate. And then I took the purple and I squirted it next to it. And then I picked these up and I just dabbed them together at the same time. And that's where I got this like mottled look. And when you do that, they tend to blend together and they get a little bit muddy. Do you see here how the yellow and the purple kind of turn together to get a little bit muddy? Some parts you've got some bright purple and some bright yellow, but it tends to mix a lot, which is cool because that's what I really like for this dinosaur. For this dinosaur, I'm going to try and separate the colors a little bit. So that's why I put them down in layers. I started with the yellow, and then I'm going to add the purple. So let me just clean off this guy a little bit. Okay. And I'm going to get my purple paint and put this. Actually, let me show you where I'm putting it. I have never videotaped my art before, guys, so forgive me if my setup is less than ideal. Maybe this will encourage me to start recording more. But this is the mess that I make on a daily basis. I've got an old pair of gloves to try and keep my hands clean, and this is some Faber-Castell. These are, what are these? Gelato paints, paintbrush. And I use a lot of these to pour paint. But you see, can you see all the mess? So right here, this is where I was putting that yellow and that purple. And then here I did the different way where I just put the yellow because I want to separate it a little bit. And I'm going to do that with the purple. I'm going to keep the purple a little bit separated. Okay. And I picked these specific colors. They're not very bright. I don't want my dinosaur to be very bright, but I could. If I wanted bright colors, I could use bright colors. I mean, it's totally up to you how you want your dinosaur to look. All right, I'm going to put purple in here now. See how it's starting to look like that grape purple Kool-Aid? And that yellow. Might need some more purple. Come on, purple. Uh-oh, I accidentally got some pink in there. Well, that's okay. I'm not picky about my paint. What do you think? You think that'll work? A little bit more purple. More purple! One more squirt and that'll do it. Okay. Always put the lids back on. That way it doesn't dry out. Okay. Whoop, I just flung paint everywhere. Miss Allison. Don't invite me to your house to make paint messes. I'll stick to my paint here. You make your own messes, but please, please be aware of your environment and don't do it like in your bedroom. Do it outside, or maybe, you know, ask mom or dad to make an area for you if you're going to be playing with paint. And then, of course, make sure it's washable. And make sure you're dressed for the occasion. You know, wear older clothes. Maybe think about doing it outside. Okay. Now I'm going to flip this over and so you can see her. Can you see her better there? Okay. And let's see. She's right about there. And lay it down. I'm going to pat. If I wanted to make it more mottled, you know, M-O-T-T, mottled, which means like kind of all squished together, then I can pick it up and move it. But if I want it to be kind of a clean polka dot, I just get paint. Okay, are we ready? Oh, wow, I like that one. I like that. So I didn't put a whole lot of paint. You can see here, I put a lot of paint there, and you see how it's kind of puddling. And these that didn't quite make a perfect polka dot, that's where there wasn't a lot of paint. And I like that. It almost looks like a cheetah print. And there's a bit missing on her face. I can fix that. I think I want to fix that. I'm gonna cut a piece of my bubble wrap. A little piece right there. And I think I'm just gonna dip it in my purple. maybe a little yellow. Okay. All right, let me get a piece of scrap paper. Oh, I don't need a piece. I'll do it right here. I have a lot of paint on there. Oops, Miss Allison, you're making a mess. That's okay. It's what I do best. Too much paint. See? You know what? I don't like it. I don't like that color. Try some yellow. Maybe I'll like the yellow. That's better. A little bit yellow. Okay, we're trying again. Too much paint. There we go. Are we ready? Let's try. Right there. Dab, 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 dab. Carefully peel up. Oh, yes, that's better. That's better. Okay. So now that I have a ton of paint on me, actually, this is not a lot at all compared to what I usually do. So here is my sauropod, my Lalosaurus, or one of my Lalosauruses. I've got a few. And I'm not going to show you the final result. If you want to see the final result, you're going to have to find it on my webpage. I have a secret website, or not a secret website, a secret web page on my AGA Broward page. And I mean, it's not like a complete secret, but it is still kind of a secret because I called it secret. And on that page, I'm putting some things like your artwork. When you guys send me in your artwork, I'm putting your artwork on that page. When you send me in your poems, I got a few of those proactive poems, some really good ones too. Those are going on that page. And any of the STEAM projects that we're doing together, send me pictures of those and I'll upload them to that secret page. Also, something really cool that is starting this week, I'm naming 2 star students of the week. And every week I'm going to pick 2 star students. Now these are the students who work hard at eSchool. eSchool meaning like, you know, electronic school or, you know, internet school, virtual school. So these are the students, they get their work done and they're actually trying everything. So they're doing a little bit of the extra. Now I'm not going to only pick people who do everything quickly and they do it right. No, I'm looking for people, well, for instance, someone like Tristan who emails me almost every day and he loves to ask questions and he's learning more than just things that I'm teaching. He asked me, how do I send something on to, how do I send an attachment using Google? So I showed him and now he can send all kinds of pictures on Google. So he's learning more than just what would be, you know, in our textbooks. So things like that is what's going to get you to be a star student. And someone like, let me see, Courtney, who as soon as I give her a challenge, she comes out with the answer to that challenge like within minutes. And she sends me all this wonderful stuff. And the same thing with Adriana. And then Dylan, who's getting his work done and he's doing it super quick and he wants to get it done early in the week so he doesn't have to worry about it. So you guys are star students. You are amazing at what you're doing. And keep up that amazing work. Keep up that great work. And for the rest of you, I'm picking some new star students for next week, which is the star students for this week, because my students for this week were last week, because we're always going back in time with the dinosaurs. So if you are looking to be one of those star students, and I'm going to put your self-portrait. Now, I don't want to put photographs of you because this webpage is open to everybody on the internet. I don't want to put your picture up there. But I do want you to maybe draw a picture of yourself, or you could maybe make an avatar or something like that, and then I'll put your picture up on that page. Just to make sure that all of our classes and other teachers, there's other students from AGA going to my page as well, because when we learn from other teachers, we learn different ways of doing things, different ways of understanding. So some of the other 5th grade students are coming to my page, and it's okay if you guys go to another page, and maybe you'll find some different resources there. So that's another great idea. All right. Well, this Lalosaurus has talked far too long in this video. I want to encourage you to start creating, make some fabulous dinosaur creations. And hey, if you're like me and you are not the kind of artist who's good at drawing, now please don't ever say I'm not an artist, because I am an artist. I just don't draw things very well. But I'm really good at creating interesting art pieces. I don't know, maybe someday I'll do like a little museum gallery and I'll show you guys a lot of my art pieces. This is not my finished work. This is an unfinished piece of art to me. So I'm gonna have to keep doing some work on this. And if you want to see the final result, you're gonna have to find that secret web page and find the Lalosaurus there. Okay? All right, I love you guys. Bye.